All right, y'all. So some breaking news, man. Florida is going to retain Billy Napier as head coach. Florida fans, get at me. How are you feeling about this decision? Now, before I get my thoughts, let's read officially what the statement was from the administration and what they said about Billy Napier. All right, Gator Nation, I wanted to let you know that Billy Napier will continue as head football coach of the Florida Gators. As we've seen this past several weeks, the young men on this team represent what it means to be a Gator. Their resolve, effort, and execution are evident in their performance and growth each week, building a foundation that promises greater success next season and beyond. Florida's commitment to excellence in the championship caliber program is unwavering. In these times of change across college athletics, we're dedicated to a disciplined, stable approach that is focused on long-term sustained success for Gator athletes, recruits, and fans. I'm confident that Billy will meet the challenges and opportunities ahead. We'll work alongside him to support any changes needed to elevate Gator football. As college athletics evolves, UF is committed to embracing innovation and strategy, ensuring the Gators thrive in today's competitive landscape. Gator Nation has remained strong, showing up every game after game to stand up with our team. This loyalty creates an incredible environment that inspires our players to compete with heart and determination. Now I call on all of the Gator Nation to continue standing behind Billy and his dedicated team while we work together to build a championship program. All right, so a lot to kind of take away from all of that. Essentially, they support him. They're going to do whatever it takes to make sure this is a winning program. Now, it means two things for Billy when we look ahead. One, he has done a great job of putting this team on the right direction, right? We've seen the battle and the fight that they did against Tennessee, a ranked team, top 10 ranked team, according to college football playoff rankings we talked about earlier this week, right? They played good against Georgia. I think they would have pulled off the upset if DJ Lagway doesn't get hurt. That's just my humble opinion. Y'all call me crazy. I like Georgia. I like Georgia fans. Y'all are funny. But I think they would have pulled off that upset. We got to be honest about it. All right? Two, Billy's going to have to take a big step next year. Whatever Florida finishes with this upcoming season, Billy's going to have to take a step next year. And when I say step, this team has to be in contention, right? I don't know if that's college football playoff contention, but I feel like that's SEC competition. You got to beat Georgia. Georgia has handed it to you in the last couple of matchups. You got to beat a potentially Alabama team if you face them, a Texas, whoever you face next year. Had one of the tougher schedules in college football this season. They've seen a lot of promise, which is why I think they're sticking with Billy Napier. When you look at the quarterback and DJ Lagway, who's going to likely be the starter next year, right? You have a pretty good class coming in as well. Obviously, probably going to hit the transfer portal and get a couple guys, but this team has showed good resolve. Montreal Johnson's looked good this year, the running back. They have some things that's butting in the right direction, but Florida and the administration and staff, they're not going to care if you go, you know what I'm saying, Bailey Bowl eligible at 6-4, or 6-6, right? So Billy has to take the next step. This team has to be, in my humble opinion, for him to continue to be the coach of the Florida program after this year and next year. Obviously, he already has that, but they got to win at least 9 games. If you don't win 9 games, you're done. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be the quota next year for him. He has to win 9 to 10 games with this Florida group. They got to get off to a fast start. They got to be rivalry teams like Florida State, potentially Miami. They're going to have to do these kind of things if he wants to continue and be there for a long time. If not, Florida's not playing. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know the line like, Najee you're lying, because if that was the case, they would have fired him. No, they've shown progression throughout the last few games and played some better football, putting Georgia on the brink for the most part until obviously Lagway got hurt. Competing and battling with a high-end Tennessee team that has SEC championship aspiration and playoff aspirations. When you see those steps that's going forward with your program, you feel pretty good, and that's why the staff decided to keep him. So it's not going to be easy, but Florida can do it. Florida's going to have to come out strong next year and really have a strong start, and they're going to have to finish the season strong as well. But if you're Billy Napier, you feel pretty good. Now you pretty much got the backing of the administration and staff. You got the back end of everybody. So now it's just you got to go out there and win. And you got to get the right players that are bought in, that want to play for your program, and is, you know what I'm saying, go put every effort forward. That's what it comes down to, man. But that's my thoughts. That's my reaction. Florida keeps their head coach, Billy Napier. That's my live reaction.